Ever wish you could just, like, ditch the mouse and keyboard
Yeah.
and just tell your computer what to do?
Oh, yeah.
Like, book me a flight to Bali, and it just does it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
Right. Well, get ready, because today's deep dive is all about Agent S,
Okay.
which is an AI agent that's one giant leap closer to making that a reality.
Hmm.
We're digging into this paper. It's from Similar Research,
Okay.
Agent S, an open agentic framework that uses computers like a human.
Wow.
And it's a wild ride through the future of human-computer interaction.
Yeah, Similar Research is really pushing the boundaries. Agent S is really tackling this challenge of creating these truly autonomous GUI agents,
Yeah.
AIs that can understand and interact with our computers just like we do.
So no more pre-programmed scripts for specific tasks. This is about teaching AI to learn, adapt, and operate within the complex world of graphical user interfaces on the fly.
Right.
And the researchers break down the enormity of this challenge into 3 core problems that any human-like AI would need to solve.
Yeah, so the first is this problem of ever-changing information. Think software updates, redesigned websites, new applications. How can you possibly program an AI to keep up with that constant evolution?
It'd be like trying to write a user manual for the entire internet, right?
Exactly.
Constantly outdated.
So instead of relying solely on pre-programmed knowledge, Agent S combines that external knowledge acquisition, like searching the web in real time, with something they call experience-augmented hierarchical planning.
Okay, let's unpack that.
Sure.
Experience-augmented makes me think it learns as it goes,
Right.
which is already cool. But what about the hierarchical planning part? Is that where it starts breaking down big tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Think of it like a programmer tackling a complex project. They wouldn't just write one massive block of code. They break it down into functions, modules, a hierarchy of smaller tasks that contribute to the overall goal.
So Agent S doesn't just try to wing it when faced with a complex task.
Right.
It analyzes the objective, figures out the subtasks involved, and then draws upon its memory of past experiences, both successes and failures,
Right.
to plan the most efficient course of action.
And that's where the experience-augmented part really shines, right? It doesn't just remember that it successfully booked a flight in the past. It remembers the specific steps, the sequence of actions that led to success, even if the airline's website layout has changed slightly.
It's like having a mental library of code snippets, but for real-world tasks.
Right.
That's brilliant.
And it tackles that third challenge, interacting with those ever-changing interfaces, with something called the Agent-Computer Interface, or ACI.
Okay, so if Agent S is our human-like user,
Right.
the ACI is like giving it the right tools and a detailed map of the computer's landscape.
Precisely. It combines traditional computer vision, recognizing icons, buttons, text, with the computer's own accessibility tree, which provides a structured representation of the interface's elements and their relationships.
So it's not just about seeing a button. It's about understanding what that button does within the hierarchy of the interface.
Exactly.
It's like the difference between recognizing a door and knowing whether it leads to the kitchen or the garden.
Exactly. The ACI ensures Agent S doesn't get lost in the digital weeds, so to speak. It provides the grounding and precision needed to navigate and manipulate the GUI effectively.
So we've got this AI that can learn from experience, strategize a plan, interact with the computer interface with precision. But how does it actually perform in the real world, or at least the digital equivalent?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting. The researchers put Agent S to the test using the OSWorld benchmark, which is like the ultimate proving ground for AI agents trying to navigate and use computers like humans.
Oh yeah, I've heard of OSWorld. It's not just about clicking buttons. It's about completing real-world tasks that require understanding the context, right?
Exactly. It includes things like booking appointments, managing files, even using professional software tools. And the results, Agent S blew the competition out of the water. It achieved a success rate of 20.58%, which is almost double the performance of previous state-of-the-art models.
Wow, double the success rate. That's huge.
Yeah.
Especially considering how much more challenging OSWorld is compared to those more simplified testing environments. What kind of tasks was Agent S particularly good at?
It really excelled in the categories that required more specialized knowledge. Things like using web browsers, email clients, office suites, and even coding tools. These tasks often involve a lot of steps, menus, specific commands, which are traditionally difficult for AI agents to master.
So we're not just talking about opening files and moving windows around. We're talking about AI that can, for example, draft an email, attach the right document from a folder, and send it to the correct contact, all while navigating the quirks of a specific email client.
Precisely. The paper gave an example of Agent S successfully removing a specific email account from the Thunderbird email client. This might sound simple, but it involves navigating menus, understanding the difference between deleting an account and just an email, confirming actions, all within a very specific interface layout.
I actually use Thunderbird, and I can see how that would be a complex task for an AI to learn. But it pulled it off.
It did. And it wasn't just a lucky guess. Agent S consistently demonstrated this level of proficiency across a diverse range of applications and tasks, proving that its capabilities extend far beyond just a few pre-programmed actions. It's about adaptability and real-time problem solving.
That's what makes this research so exciting.
Yeah.
It's not just about incremental improvements. It's a fundamental shift in how we think about AI and its potential to interact with the digital world in a truly human-like way. But even with these incredible results, I'm sure there are still areas where Agent S could improve, right?
Absolutely. The researchers acknowledge that while Agent S has mastered the can it do it question, the next hurdle is optimizing the how quickly can it do it.
Right.
Right now, speed is in its strong suit.
That makes sense if we're talking about seamlessly integrating these AI agents into our workflow. Speed is definitely a factor. We don't want to be twiddling our thumbs while the AI figures things out. Were there any other areas for future development that the researchers highlighted?
One really fascinating point they brought up was the potential of using smaller open source language models for this kind of GUI agent. Right now, Agent S relies on the heavy hitters like, GPT-4, which are powerful but often proprietary.
But if you could get similar results with more accessible models, that could really democratize the development of these AI assistants. I'm picturing like a whole open source community springing up around this technology.
Exactly. Imagine developers building on each other's work, customizing AI agents for specific tasks, even individuals creating their own personalized assistants. It could revolutionize how we interact with technology on a fundamental level.
No more wrestling with complex software or digging through nested menus. You just tell your AI assistant what you want to do, and it figures out the how. Talk about a productivity booster. But this also makes me think about the accessibility implications. For people who have difficulty using traditional input methods, this could be life-changing.
It's something the researchers highlighted as well. If we can make interacting with computers as intuitive as speaking to a human assistant, it could break down barriers for people with disabilities, opening up a world of opportunities in education, employment, creative expression.
It's not just about making technology easier to use. It's about making it truly inclusive. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground here. For our listeners who are still with us, what are the big takeaways you think they should hold on to about Agent S?
I think the key takeaway is this. We're witnessing a paradigm shift in human-computer interaction. For decades, we've been forced to adapt to the rigid language of computers. But Agent S demonstrates that we can now create machines that understand and respond to our language, both literally and figuratively.
And it's not just about making our lives easier, though that's definitely a bonus. This technology has the potential to reshape how we work, learn, and interact with the digital world, making it more inclusive and accessible for everyone. If this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, I highly encourage you to check out the full research paper. We'll link to it in the show notes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those what-if questions, and keep diving deep into the ever-evolving world of technology.